The courtroom was silent, not the ordinary quiet of people waiting, but the heavy silence of people expecting something terrible. At the defense table sat a 29-year-old woman named Laura Bennett, and she was smiling, not nervously, not politely, smiling as if none of this was real. Just 2 years earlier, Laura had been known as a quiet neighbor, a receptionist at a dental clinic, someone who rarely spoke to anyone outside of work. No one who knew her ever imagined she would become the center of a murder trial. But on a cold November night, everything changed. Police received a 911 call from a suburban home just after 11:40 p.m. The caller was Laura. Her voice was calm. Too calm. She told the dispatcher her husband had collapsed and that there was blood everywhere. When officers arrived, they found her sitting on the kitchen floor, still holding the phone. Her husband lay nearby. He was already dead. At first, investigators believed it might have been a medical emergency, but the autopsy told a different story. There was no heart attack, no natural cause. Instead, toxicology revealed a lethal dose of antifreeze in his system, ethylene glycol, a poison with a sweet taste, often mixed into drinks, and almost impossible to detect without testing. Detectives began looking closer at Laura's life, and what they found raised questions. In the weeks before the death, she had searched online for phrases like, "How long does antifreeze take to kill?" "Can poison cause heart attack symptoms?" And "Is antifreeze detectable after death?" Investigators also discovered she had taken out a life insurance policy worth $300,000 just 3 months earlier. But the most disturbing evidence came from the kitchen itself. A glass found in the sink contained traces of antifreeze and Laura's fingerprints. When she was arrested, neighbors watched in disbelief. Many said the same thing. She always seemed so quiet. She kept to herself. She never caused trouble. But quiet doesn't always mean harmless. The trial lasted 9 days. Prosecutors argued the murder was planned, calculated, and cold. They showed the jury the search history. They showed the insurance policy. They showed the forensic evidence. And finally, they played the 911 call. The courtroom listened to Laura's voice, calm and steady, as she described her husband dying beside her. Several jurors later said that was the moment they knew. It took less than 4 hours to reach a verdict. Guilty. When the verdict was read, Laura showed no reaction, no tears, no anger, no fear, just that same faint smile. Weeks later, the courtroom filled again for sentencing. Family members spoke first. Her husband's sister stood at the podium, struggling to hold back tears. She described holidays that would never be the same, a brother who would never come home, and a betrayal she said she would never understand. Laura listened expressionless. Then the judge began to speak. He talked about trust, about marriage, about the cruelty of poisoning someone who believed they were safe in their own home. And then he announced the sentence: life in prison. No possibility of parole for 25 years. That was the moment the smile disappeared. For the first time, Laura's composure broke. Her eyes widened slightly, as if the reality had finally reached her. Bailiffs moved closer. Handcuffs were secured. And within seconds, she was led away through a side door, leaving behind a silent courtroom. Some cases end with shouting, some end with tears. But this one ended with something colder. A smile that lasted right until the end. And a question that still lingers for many who follow the case. Was she smiling because she felt no remorse? Or because she never believed she would be caught? If this case interested you, there are many more stories like it on this channel. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next case.